afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Walnut Lodge's Foundations Intensive. This is week 3, day 2, and I'm going to shout out to Babs and Cheryl and Patty. Hope you guys are doing well. And then to everybody else out there, there might be a few disruptions today, just in terms of noise and possibly a few people walking into the bathroom behind me. And because we've had some plumbing issues, we're not really sure what it is, but we got someone to come out today. Contrary to the common belief that you can't get people out to your house. So I guess we just lucked out. Anyways, so just ignore any people that walk behind me. All right, so today we're going to do a little bit more quad work, just like we did last Tuesday and Thursday. And you're going to need a bolster and a bolster for in the end, a block and a strap. I have a chair sitting out here, so I didn't forget. Some of you might need a chair for some of it. I think Gloria, you might want to, but we're not going to do quite the same thing that we did the last time. So I'm not really sure, but just in case. All right, so I'm going to get started with our arm core warm-up routine. It's gotten quite complicated, but pretty cool. All right. So just sitting back, taking stock of what the knees feel like, what your quads feel like. I just taught a kinesiology class online for YSU, talking about today, what happens when the quads are tight, how that affects the alignment of your kneecaps, how it can make, you can feel like stabbing pains in your knees and all of that from the attachments. So, just a simple minute here sitting on the quads. It's going to cure a lot of ills. All right. Coming forward. Nice wide fingers. Elbows to the outside. And then just push the shoulders forward, feeling that wrist stretch. Move them back a bit till you get where you want to work. And then push the shoulders forward. Feel weight on the hands, because we need a little bit of weight, just more than the stretch. But it's not the whole body weight, right? It's just a bit of the shoulders and the torso pushing forward, because we're warming up that line slowly. Pressing the base of the thumb and the index finger. And just really notice when you even make the intention to do that, the elbows kind of rotate to the outside. Just a little bit, a few more, just pushes. All right, now press the fingers and release. Tips of the fingers dig into the mat and release. Tips dig and release. Dig and release. Dig and release. One more. Dig, hold, and push forward. Maybe a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit further today. Push forward. Just keep feeling that line stretch while it's working. So we're forcing that all into an eccentric contraction. And tuck the toes, sit back, rotate. I'm pretty cold today. I thought I was going to be able to switch to short sleeves or tanks. maybe next week. But I hear it's going to be 50, so we're on that warming trend. But when it goes back and forth, I kind of feel that a little bit more than when it's just cold. All right, and fingers back. And why I said that right there is that when it's cold like this, press, bend the elbows, and sit back. You have to pay attention. You got to maybe go a little bit slower until we really get warm enough. But we will be warm here soon. Make sure you press your thumb. My right thumb likes to pop up all the time. Couple more breaths. And release that. One more rotation. All right. Hands forward. Sit back. Feel your tailbone. Pull the tailbone up. Fold at the hips and sit back. Pull the tailbone, lift up. Reach the tailbone. Feel the fold. Pull the tailbone, feel that lower stomach lift really high, and fold to the sit. Exhale as you pull up. Inhale as you reach back. Exhale, tailbone pulls to your face. Inhale, chest reaches forward. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, feel the fold. Last one of these. Exhale, really pull up. Inhale, reach back. All right, just settle there. And then slide out. Right to Sphinx, half plank. All right, so our pubic bone is pulled up, tailbone is down. Because we've been working that line through that little warm-up. So what I find is I just go out here automatically. So let your shoulders relax, chest goes down, keep your stomach. Push up, inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, down. Inhale, push up. Just one more. Exhale, down. Inhale, push up. Now release your pelvis. Check out your low back. If it's okay, you're okay. If it's not, reach your sit bones into the backs of your legs. And then we're going to take the lower ribs and we're just going to breathe forward. Pull the shoulders back. On the exhale, just kind of release that push and go for the sit bones pushing into the backs of the legs. So we inhale, forward, exhale. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, pull. Couple more. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, pull. Last one. Inhale, feel the ribs go forward. This time, exhale, sit bones up. Slide back, not all the way. And then just feel the armpits stretch. Full forehead down. Right. Reach that line nice and long. We're just going to stay here a couple breaths. Feel that maybe the top of the shoulders, you feel a little pain maybe in the joint, or maybe you feel a pinch or a pain in the bottom of the front deltoid. Now we're going to put a little bit more intensity into that stretch by going into the dolphin. So just tuck your toes and press your sit bones up. All right, how close do you want to be? Well, you want to make sure that you feel the ability to push back. So hands, elbows, armpits pushing back. So all we're really going to do here is push back and feel that line stretch. So it's better a little wider than narrower. Your knees can have a little bend in them. Couple more breaths here. And then we're going to touch the nose between the hands and push back. Inhale, dip and push back. Pull your tailbone to the dip. Lift the tailbone to go back. Pull the tailbone to the dip and back. Just one more. Pull the tailbone down. Push back. Knees down. Extended child. Stretch the arms. Pulling your tailbone, coming out onto the hands today. We're going to go one and then the other. So if you're just working on the elbows, you're just working on the elbows. All right? Make sure that you feel your shoulders over your hands. I got to move my hands back a little bit. And then elbows back, touch down. Push up. Elbows back. 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 Touch down. Push up. One more. Elbows. Push back. Tuck the toes. Feel the fold. Pressing back to a down dog. Fingers wide. Shift your weight to your right leg. Press into the heel. Breathe. Pushing away from the fingertips. Starting to get a little warm. Shift into your left leg. Really make sure that you feel those fingertips press, pushing you back. Use the tools that you have. And then both press, lift the sit bones, tuck your tailbone under, full plank. Lift your belly, reach your sit bones, press into your hands. Now we're going to release the shoulders down and press up. So one more set of shrugs, just 5, down, press up, down, press up, 2 more, down, press up, last one, down, press up. Lift the sit bones, push away from your hands, feel the fingertips, roll the legs in, bend the knees, and come down to the sit. We're not done. Stay there a couple of breaths. Slide out. Sphinx. Half plank. Now we're going to go into the sidearm balance. So you can stay on your knees or you can push to the full plank and roll up onto your right arm. Push. Breathe. Keep pushing up. Keep pushing up. One more time. Push up. Lift your belly. Roll center. And other side. That was a pretty fast roll on my part. Push up. Breathe. Feel the chest, waist, hip reaching up. Push away from your elbow. Dig into that heel. Feel the sit bones. Keep breathing. Now lift the waist up, roll center, knees down. Actually, let's go back out onto the stomach. And let's add this here today. So chin on your fists if you can get them there. Tailbone is reaching into the floor. Just breathe your chest forward. Release the hands, Sphinx posture, drop your head, relax your shoulders, just a couple of big inhales here. And push, sit bones up, push away, tuck the toes, press back, down dog, knees together. Push into the down dog, belly lift, pull your tailbone, lengthen, sidearm balance, and go. Push. Feel your chest. Keep pushing away from your arm. One more nice push up. Rolling. Lift the waist. Tailbone reaching, right? And other side. Nice roll, right hip up. Push away from your hand. Push your chest. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, roll center. Elbows back, all the way down, knees down, push, up, dog. Stay there, relax your sockets, lift your stomach, couple breaths with your chest, and then press back to sit. Just relax everything and breathe. All right, so a little bit warmer. So once we get to 10 push-ups, which will probably be, I don't know, maybe Friday, then you can decide. We're going to add push-ups in the plank, in the full plank, not just the half plank. But once you get to 10 in the half plank, then you're kind of ready to go to the full plank. All right, so coming up to standing, and I lose my head because I'm coming back to my wall for our wall sit. So make your way to a wall. And slide down. Knees are over your ankles. Your feet are pushing your back into your wall. Your back is nice and straight. Your tailbone is not tucked under. Just feel that work in the quads. Keep the chest lifted.
Turn that off and flush the toilet.
All right. We're just past a minute. Actually, we're at a minute 15. There's a minute and a half. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold through 145. And slowly we slide down and then just relax right here. Yeah. All right. So that just gives a little bit of pump to the quads. We're going to do a little bit more, some more squats today. And before we do that, we're going to do just a little bit of an arm chest stretch so that we can feel that lift, really, of the sternum when we go into these little lunges. We might not really get to the whole thing today, but it's always nice to just give a little bit of shoulder stretching. So we're going to use a shoulder width loop just like we always do. I'm going to start sitting on my knees, press the strap open, feel the shoulders roll. Remember, you can do this standing if you want. And again, press open, feel the blades, pull, down you go. Drop your chin, reach out. And then inhale, push out on the strap. Your arms will go back a bit. Exhale, relax through the shoulders. And again, inhale, push out on the strap. Exhale, release. Inhale, push out on the strap. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, push out on the strap. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, push out on the strap. Stay there. Yep. Breathe your chest up. Mainly here, feel your ribs go forward. And then feel that whole line from the shoulders down through your back to the sit bones. And if you're standing, all the way to your feet, feel that back line. Just keep breathing the ribs forward. One more big inhale. Pull the arms up. Let them come down. Release your head and shoulders over. Relax your upper back. Roll yourself up. Take your hands behind, either using the strap or just interlacing your fingers. Roll the shoulders open. Lift the chest up. We're going to take the collarbones and the ribs. Inhale, up. Exhale, tailbones down. Inhale, take that sternum up. Exhale. Look to the high corner of your room. Inhale, pull it open. Exhale. Inhale, pull it open. Exhale. Inhale, pull it open. Exhale. One more. Inhale, pull it open. Exhale. Release. And just let your shoulders round forward.
fix it at, but it's gonna be noisy.
It's a drain?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, everybody.
Right.
So,
it's gonna be noisy. Go. Yeah.
the good news is we found the problem. The bad news is that it's going to be noisy. All right, so we're just going to try to deal with it, all right? Grab your strap. Come on up to standing, and then put that strap around your knees. Some of you might want to have your block handy. Actually, we're going to use that next. All right, so you come to standing, push out on that strap, all right? Feel the tailbones go down, lift your chest up, all right? Feel the 3 points of your feet, bend the knees, and fold. 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 Push the sit bones back, chest forward. Keep folding. Your hands, I'm trying not to put weight on my hands. I like to start them in my sockets. But once we get down to about here, keep folding, right? Gets a little difficult. Keep folding. We just have 20 more seconds to go. Fold. Sit bones back, chest forward. Couple more seconds. And hands down. Stretch the legs to straight. Turn those toes in. Kneecaps lift. Breathe. Couple more. Make sure the 3 points of your feet are really pressing. Couple more breaths. And then bend the knees just a bit. Unsnap yourself. Flatten the back out and come to standing. All right, just one more of those. So we grab the block, squeeze in, and as you squeeze in, feel your sit bones go down. Inhale, exhale, fold. So just nice, easy fold. Just feel the fold. Keep squeezing the block. Sometimes I have to move my feet in as I get a better squeeze on that. But just keep squeezing. Now feel the knees pull back to the Feel the knees pull back to the hip sockets. Keep feeling that line. Knees pulling back, sit bones reaching to the back. So it's like you're trying to pull your inner thighs back to your sockets. And as you do that, you really get a good alignment through the ankles. Just another 10 seconds here, so down you go. Feel the quads, go for the Jane Fonda burn. You got 6 seconds. Feel the hip sockets, and then hands down, stretch. Squeeze that block again, lengthen your spine. Bend the knees just a little. Hands on your hips. And come on up to straight. And then you can let go of your block. And then you can either grab your chair or a bolster. And we're just going to kind of do a test at first to see kind of what we can do here. So I have my bolster and I have a block on top of it. What we're going to test is a squat with our legs turned out. All right. So we're going to bend our knees, push them out, and come to sitting on our setup here. So just push the knees open over the feet and let your pelvis push forward. Now this is kind of a slick little trick here. So I want you to lean forward and slide off of that block. As you slide off of the block, you put more pressure in your hip sockets. So my knees are on the inside of my elbows are on the inside of my knees. Sorry. And I've slid down to the level of my bolster. Now we're going to slide. We're going to push ourselves forward so that we're in the squat. With our knees turned open and our sit bones going down. Just a couple more seconds here. And then shift forward, hands down, stretch your legs to straight, tuck the tailbone and come up to straight. One more time, a little wider. Come down to sit. All right, so what's the point of this? Well, the point is that, like, I came down to a place where I can't really hold because it's a little too wide for me. But if you can see, if you're sitting here at the edge of your bolster, what you want to feel is those knees going to the side and you feel the inner thigh stretch. Now we're going to slide off of the bolster onto our own legs. Actually, I had to creep my feet forward here a little bit. And now I'm in this nice wide squat with my elbows on the inside of my knees. And I'm just going to stay here for a minute. Breathe. Thirty more seconds. Shift yourself forward. Hands down, stretch. This time, rotate your toes forward and turn them in slightly. And let yourself rock back and forth. And then we're going to come down to just a regular sit. All right. Grab your bolster and then sit in a hero with your hips up above that. And then we're going to take our right leg to parallel. Now, your left heel's on the outside of your hip. Your right leg is parallel. I'm sitting on my bolster. So what we're going to do is fold forward to here. And then we're just going to stretch up on this leg. And then come back down and feel the inside of your thighs. Just one more time today. This is just to kind of reset the parallel after all of that turned out work. All right, so our foot is planted. We're going to shift forward, and then we're just going to stretch up on this one leg. Let this knee be kind of hanging. You want to feel the inside of your right leg. And then if you don't need that bolster, just sit right back down onto the floor. But I'm doing this bolster for people like Gloria that can't get all the way down because their sitting knee has a hard time. But if you don't have a hard time, then you don't need to use that bolster. What we're doing here is we're really just trying to get back to the inside of our legs. And now we're going to change to the other side. So right leg down, left leg, and sit. So sometimes what happens when you do that deep squat with the turnout is that those rotators, those outward rotators, don't release right away. And so it doesn't take much to get them to release, but you kind of have to do this parallel motion afterwards. It can be a parallel twist, but we did all that squat work, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a hip, like a shift onto this leg. So we're going to do two of them. So you're going to shift forward, stretch your leg to straight, and then make sure you feel your right hip and knee drop down, and then fold the leg, knee down, feel the inside of your thigh, and come to sit. Now we're going to try to do that just really using the power of the leg, not much push from that standing leg. Shift forward and straighten that leg. And then when you get there, drop your hip down. Drop your right hip down. So your leg is straight and your hip is down. You feel those 3 points of your foot. Now, on the way down, feel the knee, the inside of that left knee pull up to your hip socket. Lower yourself. Try to lower yourself as much with the standing leg as possible. And we come to the sit. And we're just going to do that one more time. Remember, if you don't need the bolster, don't use it. So pull this left knee to the inside, shift forward, and push up. Feel the ball of the foot outside of that little toe, or the base of the little toe rather, inside of the heel. Drop your hip down. You're going to feel a stretch here on the outside of that standing hip. And then feel that knee pull up into your socket. And then we're just going to lower ourselves to the sit. And come up and stretch your legs forward. Do a little beat of them. Grab your bolster. And we're either going to do I want everyone to do a one-legged reclining hero today. Because we're going to do a side stretch. So put your back up against your bolster. Bend your left leg. Pull that heel in close. And then we're going to lay our waist back on the bolster. And if you need, grab the block for your head. And we're just going to stay here. So you feel this quad stretch from your hip down across the thigh to the inside of the knee. Take that knee, pull the knee down towards the floor. And we're just going to stay here for a couple minutes. Relax. If you don't need the block, then just hang over that bolster. Breathe into the ribs. try to feel the inhales push up through the ribs so that you feel your back engaged just a little bit. And then take the inside of your left knee and try to push it into the floor. Rather, pull it into the floor and feel the inside of your left thigh engaged. You'll be working on those rotators. Now we're going to roll onto our right side and straighten your left knee. Make sure that bolster is up against your hip. Right arm is forward. Straighten that left knee. Right knee can stay a little bent. Let your head go to the side. Reach the arm up. And then just big stretch through the hip. Reaching out your arm. Big inhale. Exhale, curve yourself forward, pull your knee in, and come up to sitting. And now we're going to go to the other side. Pull that right leg back. All right, heel, you can see, of course, this better on this side. Feel that hip, it's rotating down, all right? If you have knee problems, you can come way up here, or you can be sitting on two bolsters. All right, and lay back. Grab a block if you need. Feel the inside of that knee pull. Try to pull the inside of the knee to the floor. Slowly roll to your left side. Straighten your right leg. Take that right arm up and feel that line stretch. then come to sitting. Gonna tuck your toes and push back into one more squat. All right, knees together. So my heels are not down. I'm going to use my arms to kind of pull my knees towards one another. And I'm going to hang over. And then come up, knees down, and then sit. If you're okay, if you're not, grab your bolster. Sit on your bolster. Easier said than done. All right. I know that's a lot of knee and squat work. So, if you do have the knee issues, only go down to what you can do. And if it's a 135, fine. If it's a 90, fine. You might not be able to hold things, excuse me, as long, but at least let your knee work through that range of motion. You know, our squats that we're holding are not going lower than 90. We need to keep, we don't want to go past that 90-degree angle. But, you know, I use the goofy bolsters and sitting on there when I was trying to drop ourselves a little bit lower into the turned out squat. We'll do this again on Thursday. I'm so sorry for all of the commotion, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Thank you for being here. Namaste. Enjoy the sunshine.